we start today with news about back-to-back bomb threats at Howard University. The Mecca was hit with 2 bomb threats yesterday just as the fall semester got underway. This comes after 3 dormitories on and near the campus were evacuated last week after other bomb threats. As you may remember, Howard, along with 56 other historically black universities around the nation, were plagued by a rash of bomb threats earlier this year. Now, leaders of the historically black colleges are upset that no one has been arrested in any of the bomb threats. You know, this is really, really unfortunate, and I kind of feel like the people who are behind this are getting a little more brazen, a little more bolder, and I just don't understand why do we have any suspects. We did this story, a couple weeks ago, where we brought it to attention that there has been no press conferences, there has been no updates. We know nothing. What we do continue to hear is that this is still happening. So this happened in the East and the West Towers. I actually lived in the West Towers at Howard University, so I know exactly where this is and how dangerous this could be, because it is a high-rise building. And so in the middle of the night, this happened about 2:30 in the morning. So at 2:30 in the morning, if you are getting an evacuation notice, you can either live on the 10th floor, the 12th floor. You've got to go all the way to the bottom through the stairwell, because you know, something like this, you can't take the elevator. So that's dangerous. You know, it's just what is happening. This happened Tuesday night and Thursday night. This is the 8th bomb threat for the school in the year 2022. You know, as a student there, as any student, no one deserves to live in fear. And so I just want to know what we're doing about it. What is happening? What is the plan? Is the FBI, do they have a suspect? Are they close to arresting a suspect? Like, tell us anything, because when I was looking around and researching this story, I couldn't find anything.
You know, I think it hits home even more for it to be Howard University. Of course, you attended Howard University, and to have a visual landscape in your mind of like, hey, this is what happens. And thank you for that visual too, because now I can kind of see, like, of course, if you live on the top and having to go down, but no one really wants to be in the middle of a bomb threat. No one wants to have to evacuate their home for any reason. And so to be a black person, and like you said, Mimi, for this to feel as if it's going unnoticed, because there are so many other things that don't go unnoticed, that get taken on hand firsthand. It is kind of disturbing, honestly, to know that so many HBCUs have had bomb threats and pretty much nothing is done. So if I were a bomb threater, I probably would continue doing it, because I'm not going to get caught. There are no repercussions as of yet.
You know, you think about what happened at the grocery store in Buffalo, New York. You think about what happened in Uvalde, the school in Texas. Now we're university, but now we're talking about black universities that's really been targeted a lot. And for not to have any kind of forward movement, like maybe some kind of closure to the situation, it does bring concern. School is back in. You know, kids want to concentrate on their studies and progressing in school, and yet they have to worry about this hanging over their shoulder. It's not a good look. It's very costly to the schools too when things like this happen. So financially, that could affect the school moving forward too. So we have to pay attention to that.
No, Romeo, that's a really good point. It's very costly, because then they have to call out the bomb squad, right? They've got to have the dogs go in. They've got to search the area. You know, and my mind goes back to thinking about all those freshmen who are there for the first time. I know for myself, I was coming from Anchorage, Alaska, and I had never lived in a city like Washington, D.C. You know, I was afraid. My mother was leaving me. My father was leaving me, and here I am. And so now all of a sudden you're there, and your safe haven that you think is a safe haven is being targeted with a bomb. So I mean, there's just a lot happening here for these poor kids who are starting the school year off this way.
Yeah, not to mention that when you aspire to go to HBCUs, honestly, I feel like Howard University is one of the first HBCUs that you think of, iconic, legendary institution. And so it also too kind of makes sours the thought of going to Howard University, where it's like, why would I want to go to a university that technically is not protecting me on campus?
Let me tell you something. Howard is an amazing school, right? I think that there's this issue with all the HBCUs that this is happening with, but I do believe they have a stellar campus police system, and they have a stellar DC area police that are going to keep these kids safe. What I suggest is that the FBI step up what they're trying to do to catch the person who's doing this.
Especially with today's technology. You got to be able to figure that out.
Mimi said, I'm going to tell this story, but wait.
What we not going to do.
What we're not going to do with our university.
Say what it ain't.
I love that. Absolutely.